Hey everyone, Agnach here. Welcome to another video. I previously brought you a video of my CWL with one hive, and I wanted to bring my triples with resistance. We were unlucky and ended up finishing second in our group. However, we still managed to come 53rd in the world, which guarantees us one team to go straight to day 2 in the world qualifiers. With Sccwl, I was also 12% and 1 star away from a perfect CWL this week, and you will never guess what I used to get those triples. Well, if you watch my previous CWL video, maybe you will, but let's watch the first attack. So here was my first attack against Stefan, Dagwar, Top, and these are the guys that came in first. And as you can see, yep, you guessed it right, I used Flybrid. So as I said before in my previous video, it's using the king and the queen just to get rid of the eagle and to create a little bit of pathing for your dragons. So here I'm sending the king and the queen since I have Inferno dragons and I had super minions as well activated. I didn't have super wall breakers, so I had to use the good old normal wall breakers to get my king into that compartment. I wanted him to get rid of the eagle. Once that's going down, I can send my dragons with the loons and the dragon riders, do my double rage, early warden ability with the blimp. As they're moving in, probably if I had used it a little bit earlier I would have saved the loons, but that's fine. I still saved all of the dragons, saved the blimp. It's going all the way in. However, it finds a tornado trap, and this was very eerie. I'm like, I don't want to one-star my first attack in CWL, but all of the loons ended up getting pushed all the way to the tank hole. The tank hole did go down, so I could breathe a sigh of relief. That's always a major risk that you can take, well, that you will take if you're coming with a blimp from behind like that. But most of the time it pays off. Last month I did get one star and it wasn't a very nice feeling, but this time around we didn't get any 1 stars throughout the whole week. And over here we've got the royal champion. The queen is still alive with ability. We still have a dragon rider and a couple of dragons just clearing up all of the trash. On the outside, the dragon rider ends up going down and the expo is just killing everything from the air. The next to die is the warden, but my queen is still going in. She picks the right wall. She's going to be able to get rid of the expo, got rid of the warden the wizard tower, and then with that one dragon we ended up getting the first triple against Stefan, which was also their #1 base. So I was very happy with that. We started the week very nicely. Then on War 2 we went against this Chinese clan, and a lot of their bases were like this, like they weren't really maxed out. Not really sure, like there's a lot of clans that come in with non-maxed accounts. A lot of the time obviously they're max accounts, maybe they've been bored or something, so they don't want to risk playing their main accounts and getting banned, so then they come in with their original accounts and they're not very maxed. So over here I still was struggling a little bit. Thankfully the queen decides to walk inside. If she hadn't walked inside, I'm not sure if this had been a triple even with all of those defenses. But yeah, we ended up getting the triple, thankfully, otherwise it would have been an interesting fail. But there we go, we got the triple. For War 3 we ended up going against VN France. The same thing, coming in with my Flybrid, using the king and the queen on one of the sides. Over here I'm not going for the eagle, however I put them on the side that they were gonna go into the wizard tower, go for the AD. I wanted my king to go for the defending queen as well, and I wanted them to keep walking down towards 6 so that they eventually go for the eagle. However, I was also planning on using my royal champion to go for that compartment. In the meantime, my Flybrid is moving in with the blimp and ends up getting all the way to the tank hole. That will go down nice and quick. And now my royal champion, I sent her as the king is still tanking there. The queen gets rid of the grand expo, the yak and the royal champion get rid of the eagle, and now it's smooth sailing from there on. We still have 2 freezes, so we're gonna be freezing this scatter shot just to make sure that my dragons don't die very quickly. Then I froze the wizard tower and the scatter shot. Probably I should have frozen the AD and the scatter shot with my other freeze, but well, with my last freeze, that's what I ended up doing. We still have the Royal Champion alive. The dragon decides to pick the cannon instead of the AD, but that's okay. What are we gonna do? The AD does end up going down, and we ended up getting a triple against HC Xian. On War 4, look at all these bases. Pretty much it was Tankle 9s, Tankle 10s, Tankle 11s, and this is the base that I ended up picking. And just to make it interesting, I just came in just with my heroes. I think this base had maybe like 2 or 3 defenses, and then it had the max heroes. So yeah, that's the sort of clan that was. And then for this war, we went against Karnataka and Papamo Gambo. I think Karnataka 2 was WHF, I think. Can't remember, but I think it was, yeah, WHF players. And on this one I decided to go a little bit different, which is using the Blizzard. I just saw quite a fair bit of value by sending the Blimp and the Super Wizards, get rid of the Tankle, get rid of the defenses down there, and just create that part of the funnel for my dragons. Then I can put the King and the Queen at 3 o'clock to move up towards 12. I wanted them to go all the way up and then go in towards the Eagle, and that was gonna cause my dragons to move up and then go towards the center, which is pretty much what I wanted them to do. Use the Warden ability, put the poison for the super minions. I can use the next and final rage there in the center of the base just to help them out. I've got a bunch of dragons in the middle multi-inferno. The Dragon Rider was up there trying to get rid of the multi-inferno, but he couldn't. We do end up getting rid of the Royal Champion, and the King and the Queen do end up walking into the Eagle compartment, which is what I wanted. We do have a dragon getting rid of the multi-inferno, which is perfect, and now everything is just gonna be moving towards the 9 o'clock compartment, finishing towards 6. We don't have any more spells, but we still have the Royal Champion ability, we still have the Queen ability. So on this one, as I said, it was a little bit different in regards to like using the Blizzard for the Tankle to create a bit of a funnel, then putting the King and the Queen on one of the sides to create the other side of the funnel, just so that my dragons had a nice little corridor to go into the center of the base, since there were a couple multi-infernos there. Then War 6, we ended up coming in with the normal Flybrid, and just putting the King and the Queen at 3 o'clock. I want them to go inside into the Eagle compartment. As you can see over here, I can get rid of quite a few things that I did do differently. I brought an Ice Golem, since I thought that the Ice Golem was going to be able to tank for my heroes for a little bit longer, although the Expos decided to target my King and as well as the other King, so that Ice Golem pretty much was swagged. I did bring a Headhunter as well, just to help them out with killing the King and killing the Queen. And I'm sending all my dragons from 1 o'clock with the Blimp from behind. The CC comes out, a few archers and the Headhunters. More than likely there's like a Lava Hound in the CC. Use the freeze for the multi-inferno, and the Blimp does end up getting there. So as you can see, a couple of times I did get baited by the tornado, but a lot of the time, if you're quick with your freezes, if you're quick with your rages, if you have a good pathing, it will still go to the Tankle, and you definitely want to get that Tankle down with your Blimp. Sometimes you might not get it down with your Blimp, but then it makes a 3-star a little bit tougher. I did end up sending my Royal Champion, as I usually do, and start pulling the Lava Hound, which makes it pretty much useless. But with the help of the dragons, they end up getting rid of the Lava Hound nice and quick. The lava pups go down, and now it was just this Tesla farm with the Archer Tower that was left. The dragons, thankfully, I still had 3 left, now 2 left, now 1 left, now none left, and now I just have the Warden, and this one came in very, very close. If there had been any black mines, red mines, anything there, this would not have been a triple, but thankfully there wasn't, so it was a triple. And finally, I'm gonna show you my fail. Like, I usually don't show fails, but this was my fail. This is the reason why I didn't get a perfect week, and I decided to come in a little bit differently with the clone attack, because I could see a lot of value in the center of the base. This is the war that we've ended up losing, and I think we lost it by 1 star. Like, if this had been a triple, we would have won and we would have been top of our group. But so I'm sending the Blimp, put my clones. Now the issue with this one, I believe, A couple of the loons that I sent with my dragons got there a lot faster than my blimp. Usually what you want is with those clones cloning the loons from your blimp, but on this occasion my loons were still in the blimp spinning around, so that would have been perfect if my blimp just spins around, there's nothing there in the center, and then when it pops out there's no more tornado, I can clone those loons. It would have been really nice. But the issue was that the loons from my army ended up getting cloned up while my blimp was still there, so the clones ended up being useless because all of the loons that got cloned ended up being in the tornado trap. So that was my issue there. And next time I'm not gonna be putting a rage, I'm just gonna be letting the blimp go in there, clone it up, and then I'll put the rage for my dragon somewhere else. But those were my triples this week in CWL for the month of September. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time with more Clash. See ya.